Alright, I'm basically gonna go over this like it's a first time guide. Because we're trying to do our like a guide series on YouTube, so we'll at least get the Paladin done. Is the music too loud? I don't want to start talking and the levels be really off when I check it back later. The music's kind of loud for me, but I don't think it's loud for y'all. Alright, so let's go over this as if it's a first time guide. So we're doing Paladin, we're going to do +8 here, but essentially the same strategy will work at lower levels. Once you get level 30, you can basically have all your skills. If your town is only like the tier 3, I would max probably shield first, then sword, 1 point stunning blows after that, 1 point lay on hands, and then you can do charge and whirlwind later. As you increase your town, I'd get these flames of devotion, 1 and 2, finish out your shield, finish out your sword, then start working on probably 1 point whirlwind, and I would start working on lay on hands, get whirlwind last, get the rest of the stun, get the rest of the charge. You kind of do this as you see fit. I would say around level 20 though, you would go and attune your first item, the Ring of Transmutation, once you find that blueprint. If you don't find that blueprint, I would just pump more into the skills. Blacksmith upgrades are better for you, more useful to you than the wizard upgrades, and if you have a low level town, you can get the wizard upgrades later. Resist is the big thing there that you want, but everything from the blacksmith is really good, and obviously do your apothecary. So what we're looking at is we have all our skills, all our upgrades from blacksmith, apothecary, wizard. We'll go over the drinks, we'll go over rolling. I'm gonna go ahead and show y'all what I have attuned. We have Amulet of Kings, Armor of Kings, Amulet of Vengeance. So we have all the king stuff pretty much except for the... Oh, we did get the spell power. So we have all the kings done. We must have just finished that recently. We have Amulet of Vengeance. This is really important early on because we're going to be doing the combo build. Curious Coffer, it's just a lot of stats, but this is probably a lower priority. I would say kings first. Well, Ring of Tea first, then Amulet of Vengeance, then I would start doing the king's pieces as you need them, and then work on the Trickster set for the extra evasion. And then after that, start doing your Markhams. So, but all you really need is the ring to start off. After that, I did the white items that give evasion, because going from 6 evasion to 12 evasion is a huge boost. Like the slippery cloak, this is the first one I did, followed by the sandals. Just the chance to avoid damage is really great. After that, you can kind of pick and choose whatever you're whatever's the weakest for you. I usually lean towards the side of defense, and there's some hybrid items like this where it gives you defense and skill damage. This gives you, just defense. But with that in mind, we're gonna start rolling the shop. What we're kind of looking for is Shield Breaker as our blue item, or Amulet of Vengeance, and it's possible we take a king's item. But essentially, we want one of those 3 blue items, and then a Ring of Tea somewhere in here, Ring of Transmutation, and then we'll craft one of the other 2 blue items we want. So here we go. So really just looking here for the Ring of Tea, and then after that we'll decide if the blue item is good enough. Blue item's not good enough, but we do have the ring. So we'll just keep going. Alright, Ring of Tea, Stormcaller. It's not good enough. Ring of Tea, Bloodthirst. This is iffy. If we weren't using Crimson Death, we could go this route, but we won't be going that route. So. We just use Crimson Death for all our leech. so we don't have to invest in an item. We can instead use a different item to take that place. Ring of Tea and a Duelist Edge. The only time we would probably take the Duelist Edge is if there was another Duelist piece, and we could go Ring of Tea, Duelist, craft a third Duelist, and hopefully find the fourth very early on, and that would replace the Amulet of Vengeance. But in this case, we don't have that, so we're going to keep rolling for one of the items I was talking about before. Depending on what NG you're playing at, like I said, this is kind of a guide for any levels, really. The lower NG you are, the more lenient you can be on this. The higher you are, the more money you're going to have to sink into rolling, because you'll probably get to the point where you want Ring of Tea, a blue item, and maybe a certain white item or another certain green item. And that's going to really start costing a lot of money. So we're being like semi-strict. But essentially, the Ring of Transmutation is going to fix all our mana issues for the rest of the game. So we basically bypass the resource entirely. And we'll be able to just have infinite mana. And anytime you can do that, it's usually very beneficial. There's really no other good ways to sustain your mana pool. You can get enough regen with some class levels, but it's not quite the same. It's not as budgety. Would you recommend that for NG+2 and a Warlock? I play my Warlock kind of tanky like this. I do the same, almost the same setup, at least for solo play. You can get away with going either like a crit build or going the Ring of Tea tanky build. Alright, so this is decent. The Scepter King's the skill power isn't very exciting because it's just for the Whirlwind. Ideally we would like the attack power one, and getting a shield breaker to bypass the armor would also be really good. But I don't know if I'm going to find better than this in like a reasonable amount of time. So we may just try this. Because we'll have to craft the Amulet of Vengeance with this. I like the Robe of the Archmagi. This would be a lot more appealing if it was like King's Chest. It was a tough call. I think we'll keep rolling actually. I'm not sold on... I don't think Whirlwind damage is really going to help me much. It'll be nice, but it's not necessary. So yeah, there's the Sword of King's Ring, plus a Slippery Cloak. So this is really good for us. The Aberrations isn't anything to really like stick your nose up at either. Dealing with the Ghost in Act 3 and Act 4 is going to be really beneficial here. And a little skill damage. So just going to buy everything. About to come back with more money for keys. And we're going to make our Amulet of Vengeance. This is a must-have along with the ring. So ring, amulet, must-have. Everything else is kind of just get the best things you can. But ideally you want to find the blue item in the shop so you can craft another blue item. Otherwise we wouldn't be starting with 2 blue items and a green item. We'd be starting with 1 blue, 1 green. So that's the thought process behind it. So let's grab some keys. I feel pretty confident about this run, so we'll grab kind of on the high end. I guess it's still a little conservative in a way. Some people get like 20 plus keys, but keys are generally speaking pretty cheap compared to having to reroll the shop, having to get more ore for the anvil, more money for the fountain, more drinks. The keys are kind of the least of your worries. So drink setup, we're going the combo route. So Wicked Sickness is going to be a must here. We're basically going to rely on keeping up this 200% damage. And to help keep that up, we're going to get this Incendiary Demise because the burning will proc combo at the 20% chance, and it'll give you, just by using your Sword Strike, you will eventually proc combo on yourself and get the extra damage. So that's needed. Going Crimson Death, like I was talking about, we need some source of lifesteal. We passed up the Bloodthirster Ring in lieu of so we could get a better item. So instead of getting the Bloodthirster ring, we instead got a Sword of Kings. Because otherwise we would just free up another potion, and there's nothing, or another drink, and there's nothing really we need. And the Crimson Death does all damage, so damage from items, damage from Whirlwind, not just our left click. So that's 3. We're gonna go Last Stand. There's gonna be a lot of times where we're just sitting in the corner. We want to take less damage, do more damage, and the movement speed will help counteract this losing life while moving. And then the last drink is kind of up in the air. I usually don't do anything to mess with my mana. We're not scaling crit. I don't want to reduce my defenses anymore. Let's see where we're at. I'm gonna go ahead and put it on NG+8 so we can see how low my defenses get. So yeah, minus 90 armor, minus 120 resist. So we don't want to reduce that anymore. And so let's look at what we have. So attack power at the cost of defense. Vertigo, which just is like you lose control of your character in a sense. Skill power for resistance. We don't want to lose resistance, and we also don't really care about skill power. So we could take double thriller. I don't really want to take more damage. I'd rather just be slower. So this could be an option. I'd say that's one option, but I'm not going to take it in this case. Don't want to increase my skill cost. That's the same as reducing my mana in half, essentially. Don't want to do that. Crit damage on primary. We're not scaling crit on the primary. We're not scaling the crit with the skills. Same thing. Not scaling the crit. Don't care about gold here. Don't want to reduce our armor. Don't want to reduce our resist. Don't want to reduce our armor. Skill power is something we don't care as much about because it's just the whirlwind damage. Or what is this thing called? Is it whirlwind? Yeah, whirlwind. The 2 health regen isn't a big deal, but this could be an option. So that's like 2 options there. Lazy Stroll, we're never going to be caring about XP. You'll just get it naturally. Reduced damage taken is always good. So that'd be 3 options. You don't care about ore. You don't care about movement speed. We fixed the mana issue, so it's not worth 10% health for 2 mana. And then evasion for attack power. This is the only case where I would reduce my damage to get more defense, because evasion is such a good stat where you just avoid essentially 8% of the damage. It's just in kind of waves. So I kind of usually compare Melamist to Groovy Ghost. One is just kind of a flat all the time, you take less damage, and this you have 8% chance to avoid 100% of the damage. So we're going to go with the Groovy Ghost here. We'll just lose a little bit of attack power. Luckily we have this attuned Sword of Kings, so it's 80 there, so we're just reducing it to 65 essentially, and gaining 8 evasion. So that'll be our 5 drinks. We'll go over our chapel. We're basically just doing the tanking solo build. Defense, we essentially want to get to this Retribution, so the only way to get there is going Path of the Warrior, Blessing of Life, Symbol of Retribution, or Magician, Blessing of Mind, Symbol of Retribution. So with that in mind, we're taking Symbol of Retribution, so we can either get increased mana regen or increased health regen. We have all this leech, so we don't need this health regen, and mana regen is going to help us a lot more. We go from 6 mana regen to 12, so it's a big jump. Since we're leeching, we really need to be able to cast our skills to get our health instead of just having more health regen. So as we get hit, we're going to gain life with the Ring of Transmutation. As we get hit, we're going to trigger combo. So as we get hit, we get more mana. More mana gives us more skills to use. More skills to use gives us more health with the Crimson Death. More hits gives us more combo, which gives us more damage. So all that working together, we get more damage, which is more leech, and then we're converting damage taken into mana and mana into health, and we just keep repeating that cycle. The Symbol of Retribution is important because as we go higher in the NGs and we get lower and lower armor and resistance, the damage we take alternatively gets higher and higher, and then this multiplies that damage by 250. So This is one way to actually scale damage with the enemy's damage that's scaling against you. And then just taking less damage is a better option than dealing more damage with my skills. This is actually not a terrible one. It's just not good for the Paladin in this case, because it doesn't just say your primary skills. Oh yeah, it does actually. So yeah, it's just your skills over here, but it is a lot of damage. We just want to take less damage, so we can take less damage, make less mistakes, and that gives us more wiggle room to complete the rift. Or not the rift, the NG. You don't use HP regen? I don't. I use mana regen. So going over the fountain, we're gonna go general traps. Just traps are annoying. Same with safe corridors. Topple towers, because in Act 3 there's the pulsing gargoyle looking towers that stack the orbs, and if you get close and it goes off, it's gonna one-shot you. So disable those three. We're not going expanded floors because we take Crimson Death, and we really don't want to be walking all the way around everywhere, losing all our health everywhere we try to go. Other than that, we're gonna get glass walks and treasure hunt. We need basically as many items as we can get, and both of those gives you more items than you'd be able to get without them. Since we're not taking exceptional consumables, we're going to take lousy. We're going to get more enemies. We're not doing an ore run or a gold run, so we're just going to go ahead and get easy, basically easy favor by getting rid of the ore veins. And we'll get some mini bosses, which will give us more items, hopefully. So this is my basically standard setup. As you go higher, you'll do more on this side. Get more monoliths, get more imps, get more, anything you want. And this, you'll just pay more gold as you have the funds to do that. This is kind of like a budget version. You can be more strict as you progress higher. So just to make sure we did everything, we did the shop, the anvil, drinks, and fountain, and we adjusted the NG. So that should be everything we need before we start. So let me just make sure we're on the right one. Yeah, NG+8. So let's go. So we triggered our combo there. Could do some damage. Playstyle really, besides picking up gold for like the first shop, you can really just charge through a lot. We're gonna kind of focus these elite enemies too, to try to get more items than we normally would get. So we trust in the last stand. Stand still, deal more damage, get hit, get our combo, get our mana. Alright, Vendor's Coin. Kinda sucks. Alright. So yeah, the leech and the combo is just doing work for us right now against these elites. Granted, we're only on the first floor, but still. Alright, so we have a monolith. I think the exit is going to be kind of near it, so we'll try to save it for as long as possible. And depending on what it is, we may try to rush through Act 1 so we can use it against the first boss. So as you see, I lose a lot of health, like charging around. So just when you're low, be kind of careful when you go into enemies to get your health back. I got a secret here. Alright, there's the exit. Incredible strength. Should come in handy. It's more damage, more regen. There's nothing bad about that. Alright. Alright, no items this time. Vendor's coin was essentially not an item. Alright, so we're gonna kind of chill here, get our health back, and then we're ready to continue on. Need to look for a shop and just get all these traps. Oh, got our level. Frying pan, that's a really good pickup. Oh, we have an elite. Drop an item, didn't. Oh, we have a secret and an elite. Got stuck for a second. It's alright. Essentially just casting Whirlwind and the Lay on Hands on cooldown. I think we saw what's already up here, but I don't remember what it was. Oh, it's the well. Okay, just go ahead and take it then. So, we don't have a shop on this floor. Hopefully I have a shop on the next floor. Try to grab as much money as we can, especially the silver coins. Okay. Alright, so we have a shop. Going for tricksters, so we'll go ahead and grab that. It's also attuned, so it's really nice. We'll grab the curios, and we'll grab the gladiator's net. So the gladiator's net will, that's the disarm one, right? Yeah, it'll disarm the enemies, so we'll get even more layered defense. We have layered defense with our evasion, so we also have layered defense with now our disarm. We also have our stun. So all that working together with our block, we should take a lot less damage if we didn't have all of those. So it kind of starts speeding this up. Take these guys on. Boss up. We're not gonna go back for it. Got one. I think I missed maybe one in there. So we'll get in position. Gonna heal up before we start. There's no reason not to. Alright, first things first, we gotta see if we can just outright tank it. Got our combo. Yeah, definitely. Our damage is insane. Okay. So that was the first boss. And a diamond chest. Alright. Where he didn't follow. There was a second one there. I just didn't grab him. I could have, but I really wanted to use the damage boost. Let's see, what else do we have? Also, how's it going, Elite Noob? Welcome back. Another sphere of power. I always think that's a sphere of power, but it's the apothecary sphere. Good. Nice, dude. You been working on any NG runs or leveling, or? I think you said you were working on the thief last time. Grab this plunger. Hey, we got an item, but it's gold. World of Tanks. Nice. Yeah, I bet that's a really fun game with your friends. Hey, we got an item, so the elite's paying off. Let's see. Oh, okay, somewhat lucky today. We'll go ahead and clear these guys up. So you can see at any point, like, some of these guys are stunned, some of them are disarmed. Probably evading some, we just can't tell that we're evading. Let's go that one, that one. Hey, you still got the silver chest. Just you. Oh. Yeah, let me know if any of the levels are weird. I've been adjusting them a good bit, but I realized the volume too low. Oh, like in Twitch? Gotcha. Yeah, just let me know if it's me, because I don't mind turning it up. I put some of the stuff from yesterday on YouTube, and my voice sounded alright, but the music was just not there at all, so the music's a little louder today, so from what you were saying earlier, y'all should be able to hear me. Alright, so we lost our monolith buff, so there's no reason to rush. Let's go over these and see what is the best for us right now. So I see some set items. We have Spellbook, we have Circlet, and we have Mage Rope. So we can get a 3-piece Disciple set here if we want. We have no items attuned. Undead damage is actually pretty beneficial because it's 10 damage on the top because we have the 2-piece. And there's Undead in this act, Act 3, Act 5. So really looking at this one, and it's a green item, so it takes a green item out of the pool. Same with the Ventress Garb. We're always in combos, so the mana regen wouldn't hurt either. We get even more aberration damage. I don't think the 3-piece is really worth it. We don't really care about the skill power. We don't really care about the mana cost. So it'd just be buying 3 items to get 5 resist. Seems really bad. So let's get these 2 green items. I think those are our best. Then we'll follow that up with, let's get the mana regen. Yeah. I just glanced through your Warlock video on YouTube from 2 weeks ago. Yeah, I don't think I might have been commentating it, but I didn't like do the starter guide in the beginning, I don't believe. Maybe I did. Or do you have any questions about it? I think I did an NG+2 and an NG+4 on YouTube. But I don't know if I ever did my thoughts and reasoning behind a lot of it. Hey, where you got screwed by copyright? Yeah, since then I've been not using copyrighted stuff. Because it's such a pain to like try to fix it. I'm taking lots of damage here. Probably got a little too much in this corner. But it just kind of shows how much damage you can take as the Paladin. Yeah, the next time I do another Warlock video, I'll make sure to go over everything again, because the copyright really messed it up. There was some stuff that I may just put up the original, but I know it gets flagged for copyright, so I try to do like silencing it because it was blocked because of copyright, and I tried to remove the songs, and it was just too much. It's easier to just like basically play another level at this point. It's kind of a shame, like you can only do the lower NGs kind of once before you kind of get too high, and like it doesn't seem like fair because you start having all these class titles. So I could always do a series where like I just do like NG1 runs on like a new character, or NG0 runs on like a new character, talk about all that, and Maybe even just use the fountain part where it disables the class titles. But I don't know, it really depends how much traction the stuff will get. It's a lot easier if I can just stream it and then copy it to YouTube for reference for people. But I just know there's not a lot of information out there, so I try to put some stuff out there. Because I couldn't find anything when I first started. Alright. So we have two of these elite guys. We just don't want to get them synced up together, and then I take a lot of the overlapping damage from both of them at the same time. That's Q. I haven't seen the button yet, so I think we can just kind of skip. But we definitely need to find it because we have a chest. It's over here. Yeah, I try to make it all for solo play too, because group play is like completely different. And I know there's probably a lot of people that play this game solo that don't watch streams, because from what I've seen, every stream is, besides maybe a couple people, are people playing with their friends, like big group streams, and it doesn't really equate very well. So people that just bought the game, they want to try it out, and like they got nothing to go off of. But anyway, oh, we got a secret. Alright. Talisman of Decay, that's pretty nice. I think the button might be right there. It's hard to tell. Is that it? It's not it. Alright, let's continue to look. Must have missed it. I'm gonna get it, and it's gonna be this little chest that has like a diamond in it. Oh, there it is. Alright, so we gotta chill out for a moment, get our health back. There we go. And where's the chest? Chest is down here. Hey, it wasn't a diamond, so that's good. We already found our shop this run. Oh, I see another chest up there, so we'll go back and get that one. Great home. Alright, we're out of mana. We'll take a little damage, and we can spin. Yeah, I think I may have watched the Let's Play that you're talking about. There's one that's like really popular, and it was nice. I mean, it was nice when I had no information, but really, if I could have found some solo stuff, it would have been nice. Alright, so this boss, kind of the same thing. We want to see if we can tank it off the bat. I'm going to this wall because it's going to slide me kind of up or down. So I can kind of escape at this point if I wanted to. But if you get stuck in the corner all the way at the bottom, then there's like no way to escape. I'll kind of show you what I'm talking about. Maybe we shouldn't. Alright, let's gain our health back real quick. That was a little sloppy, but it worked out. Essentially, that's what happens. You get stuck in the corner, and the Paladin may be able to get out of it, but other classes get stuck, and a lot of classes play the same way, especially like the Priest. Alright, so we see a statue off the bat. Alright, we got Blackjack, so even more chance to stun enemies, so 35% chance to stun enemies for at least 2 seconds. Essentially what we're trying to do is trying to get one statue down as soon as we can. So if we take a while and the statues come back, or the ghosts spawn, we don't have to fight 3 sets at the same time. Just gotta watch our health. Looks like we don't take much damage from them actually. It's just when we're focusing the statue, not hitting them. Alright, so one down. Wait, there's no fireballs. What you mean? The trap. I don't think that was a fireball trap. That was just the glass wall trap. Oh no, I disabled traps. Sorry, I know what you're talking about now. I disabled traps in corridors, so I don't have to deal with that. Alright, so we have our shop. We're basically focusing the statue while having these other enemies that we can leech from. Helps a little bit. I did safe corridors, that's what it's called. Because there's some traps that aren't in corridors that I want to be able to rush through. Like all the ones that have actual loot at the end, most of those aren't in corridors at all. I feel like traps kill me more than anything else, so I don't want to deal with taking more damage from them than I have to. So it can be adjusted for your playstyle if you're fine with traps, but I've had situations where a trap's going and I'm like running from ghost and I have to like run through this trap and I just take more damage than I should. It's not good. So we're hugging the corners here, making the range units come to us, taking out the big guy. Let's grab another corner. We'll stun and disarm things as they come in. A couple guys got away. Okay. Got another hype man. And he's down. Go and take out the spawner while we're here. We have two statues down, so we can kind of take our time now. We don't have to worry about lots of ghosts. I want to take these guys out though so I can shop in peace. Alright. Oh hey, HWM. Thanks for the follow. Let's see what we want. So, defense, minus 115, minus 80 armor. So, the ring resistance looks kind of nice. Regen's nice, because that's essentially 2 main regen a second. Nothing wrong with Cape of Withdrawal either. Oh, I actually like this item a lot. The increased magic resist and armor when you potion. That will help a lot against like Thunderball and some of the later bosses. You can just keep up that additional 50% the whole fight. Welcome to the channel. What else? We get 5% damage, we get regeneration, get movement speed. We're gonna take more green items out of the pool. We'll take more green drops. Yeah. I'm gonna get the Cape of Withdrawal. I want to really be able to get out of a bad situation if I put myself in it. I don't trust myself enough not to do that, so I want to have a way out. Yeah. I've had situations where I've taken all the green items out of the pool and I've gotten 2 rings of transmutation on my character. I haven't had it happen on the priest yet, but it's happened on some other characters. I've had start getting duplicate green items. Alright, so I'm gonna kind of look where the ghosts are coming from like over here somewhere. So that's where we want to start heading towards. Took a lot from the mage. We had lifesteal. Just kind of looking for secrets. see any secrets there. So yeah, this is like one of the traps where it's actually 50% less damage. Mostly played when it came out. Yeah. I started playing right before the last patch when they changed like the sorcerer from the ping pong balls. People were really upset about that, but I only had like 1 or 2 weeks before that happened, and I never really got a chance to play the old thief. So yeah, the capable withdrawal is helping here. Take less trap damage, just get hit, go a little faster. Yeah, I hear it's better for pushing higher NGs now, but I definitely saw how fun it was. But I guess I'm more like receptive to the change since I didn't ever get to experience it. Alright, what are we doing? That's potentially a lot of enemies. If it gets a little hairy, we'll peace out of here. It looks like we're okay. Alright, we're alright. Mostly alright. Okay. So we've gotten everything we need out of this level. We're just gonna see if there's another secret or two, then we're gonna continue on. Okay. Alright, so there's nothing left. Get a little health back. And to the next floor. It's not what made me quit. My friends and I just don't solo anything. Yeah. I don't know anyone that plays the game, really. So, basically doing the solo thing and wanted to make some solo guides, so kind of all works together. Alright, so we have our first statue. Grab some guys, come back. I'm more worried about magic damage than anything else, so I'll try to focus these mages down as best as I can. That should be good enough. Alright, we have a secret in the wall over here. Alright, so we have a mage. Doesn't look like I can tank it very well. 2 mages. Alright. We're considering potion in there, but we're waiting for the red circles before we pull the trigger on it. Alright. So got those guys. Can grab them to this corner. We have one mage attacking us, but really shouldn't so much we can't even tell. Alright. Some of the moves I'm doing are kind of like not safe if I was at a higher NG. Like I shouldn't just run in. I would have to pull, you know, like 2 groups. But in this case I can run in, take down the wall, run behind the wall, use it as a corner. Alright, so we have a trap over there. Those guys are in the little turret. So I want to at least clear these mages before we try to take out the turret, because they'll do a lot of damage to us. We have our frying pan, so we can kind of face away, still block a lot of these shots. Alright, so we have a necromancer. This could be sketchy. Alright. Alright, that's a lot of guys. Take out some of these mages. Alright, we got a level. Need to kill that necro. It's just getting worse and worse. It would normally be... oh, wow. Let's Kite back away. Let's go to a safe spot. That was a close one. Alright, so we have plenty of mages. Jeez. Let's take out some of these guys. Alright, that's 2 potions. Yeah, so we're learning from that we need to be a little more careful on our pulls, especially the Necromancer pulls. Might have just been kind of unfortunate with how much units came with him and how the Necro didn't really come up to us. We are taking a lot of magic damage though. Which makes sense. It's gonna be a little more difficult than I first envisioned. Alright, we do have a well at least, so we'll be able to get all this back. Have potions for later. What was the old mark set? Alright, so we have 2 statues down. Should be okay. This number of gold. I was assuming it was like you get 1% for each item instead of 0.5%. Come on. Alright. Take out this mage. Oh, okay. That's pretty good. We're just getting our life back before we do this trap. There's no reason to die to this trap. Alright, health regen. Nothing wrong with that. Take a look over there. Don't really see anything. We're gonna go get the well now. I don't want to forget about it. And we're not gonna have a huge ghost mishap like we had before, or I don't think we will. We'll try to be more careful. Alright, let's get a secret. Got 5 mark and you won the game for that 2 days? Yeah. That seems insane. I'm surprised people didn't push like higher NG back then because of that defense. Was a bug? Oh, I see. We'll keep those guys for the extra leech. But we're gonna focus these mages as they come up, if we can. If they run away. Alright. I know they all run back, but... So, 2 mages. Just a lot. Got a potion there. Alright, let's get out of there. We'll look for more secrets, traps. Gonna have to start handling these ghosts a little better. Alright, I don't see anything else. Alright, let's gain our life back. Guess we're still playing a little reckless. Let's go back to our corner pulls. This is the 3rd floor, so we make it through that, then we're not done with ghosts for the rest, but they'll be easier to pull. Just means that magic damage is going to be pretty scary in Act 4. Only act I don't like is Act 4. Yeah, it's my least favorite as well. It's a lot of magic damage, and I guess it's like a gear check in a way. It always feels brutal in like every character. Alright, so we have a Necro. He's falling very closely. We may just abort these guys here. Yeah, see if they'll all stay over there. That seemed to be a good strategy. Just leave those guys behind. So we need to find our first statue. Let's see if we can find it. Alright, crack in the wall. Another set of Necro. No item. Another Necro. See our statue though. I don't know where the Necro stayed way back there. Okay, so that worked out. You just YOLO it? Yeah. Why is there a chicken nugget in the dungeon? Oh man. Is that me? Let's see if we can get past this without pulling the Necro. I think we can. Yeah. But let's find a safe corner for now. Trying to get some of these mages. Alright, so we gotta focus this statue before we get a bunch of ghosts. Nice. I'll take that. We'll pull the rest into here. We don't have any wizards, so that's good. Wizard ghost at least. What's going on, Poop? Saw you got a NG+8 done. Priest is officially the best class in the game. At least for soloing. Congrats, by the way. Meant to send you a message today, but I figured you were asleep. Oh, we have a necro. Oh, hey man. Got stuck. Let's pull back a good bit. Got a lot of ghost here. Can I have even more? Those archers are doing a lot of the damage. Just die. There we go. Can Pally get that far? I think he's gotten 27 on his Pally. Oh, 26. I think it's possible. Is your Paladin, is it max level yet? As far as like compared to your NG? I know for a while you're just speed running NG levels and you weren't catching up with your character levels. Alright. Let's see where they're coming from. Alright, coming from the upper left. Alright, I'm gonna pull these and get the necro after. Well, if I can keep pulling these as separate groups, that's great. Summons two ghosts. Interesting. Alright, so Act 3 boss. I think this will be a lot less hectic than those ghosts, hopefully at least. It's looking better. start being able to hit stuff besides purple. Trying to kill him at the same time. That's purple again. They do like an enrage mechanic when the other ones die. Oh, that was purple. Alright. I got both of them together. Just playing it slow. It'll eventually come to me. Alright, so there was that. A little stressful. Probably could be cleaned up a little bit. Or a lot, I don't know. It's just how I do it. Wow, that's a lot of orbs. Try to pull these ghosts before anything else. I took so much damage from those guys. Trying to create like a safe space. Alright, so we've got at least 3 portals. Town. I think we're just gonna start running and jumping through portals, to be honest. Can we tank these? Mostly. Okay. Wish we had old map here. Alright. couple guys are following me. Alright. What is that? Mage Bane? Okay. Doesn't look good. Alright, we got one more portal to go through. Haven't found the exit yet. Looks like we can take these as long as there's something else to hit. Just go back here. The other way. Alright. So another piece of Tricksters gives us our 3-piece. Help a little bit. Trying to see what I can see. Button, see some ghost, one portal, what's up here? Nothing really in there. Trying to see if we opened up a shop yet. Really would, hopefully we didn't pass up the shop already in the previous act. Wasn't really thinking about it. One decay. No secrets that way. Nothing over there. Oh. chill out for a moment. 2 transport arc. Thanks, Poop. I know I saw the trans, I just didn't remember what the number was. Alright, I don't think we're gonna have the shop on this level. Alright, see a secret there, button there. I feel like if we can make it through this act, then we're probably looking pretty good. I feel pretty weak in this act right now. Wow, the useless item. Alright, we have another button. Yikes. That's a potion there. Jesus. Gonna have to dial it back a little bit. Playing a little too crazy. Yeah. been bad when I'm like running around, losing all my health, and then have to stop at the eyeballs to heal. Just need to make some more like safe areas. Okay, we got our shop. Excellent. Thought we had passed it up. There's hope. That's so many projectiles. Alright. So what do we need? Attack power. There's only one of them. Okay. We have a blue item. What kind of defense can we get? Basically no defense. So we'll probably buy the blue so we increase our chances of getting like kings or markhams. Are they coming? Okay, there they are. Gonna get the sturdy belt. If we get the 4-piece, that'll help a little bit. And I'm undecided on the last piece currently. Where's the big eyeball? I guess he got stuck. We can get the green item. We can get 10% more damage. 10 attack damage and 5 physical damage. Yeah, let's just get the green item. Just trying to see if the eyeball is ever going to make it over here. Kind of worries me. Saw a portal down there. Oh, and we have a secret and a monolith. Let's grab that real quick. Alright. Let's get out of there. Take a second to catch up. We have the exit revealed. I think we've gotten basically everything. There's our 2 big eyeballs. You're getting stuck on, I guess, that spawner. Let's get out of here. Alright. Ooh, not the best Act 4, but we didn't die somehow. So we got 1 decay, 2 trans, 3 blood, 4 dark. So we should just be able to face tank this like the other bosses. Make sure we swap for confusion. Those orbs should keep us in combo. At least for the most part. When there's multiple orbs it will. Decay. Oh, he's not taking any damage. you spam dash 2, you can get it. You can get it right. You can kill super fast. Okay, I'll try that. Haven't seen anybody do that, but that's a good idea. How much does dash actually do? 75 fizz? Yeah. So what's whirlwind? 50? Cool, alright. Oh, don't take a damage. Alright, 2 is trans. Cool. I think we also have spike boots, so we're doing like an extra 15 on top of the, what was it, 70? 75? So we're doing 90. Just don't go dashing past them. Unless you can dash through them, I don't think that's going to be too big of an issue. Oh jeez. Wow, okay. Seen somebody die doing it. Dashing past him. I can see that. You lose a lot of your health from the Crimson Death, and you're still disoriented. I really have, like, oh, I wasn't confused yet. I really have no pressure. Alright, gotta make sure the thing is... Alright. We're gonna not do that right now. Maybe a little bit. Yeah, feels a little unsafe. So that's like at your own risk. Because all you really gain is a little time. Yeah. I'm not gonna do that. I like the idea of it, but I'll just be patient. Try to be patient at least. So this Mage Bane is doing work for us. Since we have so much magic damage on our primary. Does it calculate the passive into it? 31 fizz, 24 magic there. We're using Incendiary Demise, so it's another 40. So it's 64 magic, 31 fizz, and we probably have some other stuff in there. If you would be to the bottom and aim down. Yeah, I can see moving the boss, and that would do it, but I guess I'm just not used to it. I'd have to try it, like a different run. Yeah, it's a good call. Maybe if I found like Amulet of Kings, I would do it, but currently I can stand here and take a little longer and like not take any damage, or I can dash around and maybe lose control and die. Alright, back. Oh, we also still have our protective powers. If we didn't have that, we would have taken a lot more damage as well. So it could have been kind of deadly. I think if we're on the boss, we're still doing enough damage and leeching enough that without the protection buff, it probably wouldn't have mattered. Yeah, sometimes it's better to do the fight faster to make it safer. Other times it's better just to be patient. I guess it just depends how strong you are. So that looks like another piece of Markham's. Markham's mace. So we're up to a 2-piece, 54 items, plus it's attuned. So it's 108 attack power. So we just increased our damage by like a third, 672%. Alright, I'll take that. Yeah, for sure. Before you just, like, lose the run for no reason, do everything you can. It seems really good on Dragon, as long as you can keep your mana up. A lot of times I'm sitting there charging just to beat his blowback. That's a lot of mages. Just gotta watch the bombs. Hey, Book of Enlightenment. How many levels do we need to get? 2 more, or 1.5. Saw a secret there in the bookcase. Oh, hey. Let me around the wall. Stop slowing me, bruh. Jeez. No thank you. That's just gonna end badly. Like, there's no way. What side are you guys coming on? Yeah, that's death. You're out. Alright, catch you next time. Oh, Amulet of Kings. Excellent. Alright, that was a big pickup. Really needed that. I'm gonna try to farm out our last 2 levels here so we can just rush through everything else. Yeah, I really needed that. Alright. To clear out some of these guys. Do the bookcase corner. Yeah, those guys are hurting. Okay. Really have all the time in the world. I mean, doing it faster just means we get less bats, which isn't really a big deal for this character. So we should really just take it nice and slow. At least until we hit another big like power spike. The amulet helped a lot. We need, like pretty much we want to find either, we basically want to find one more King's piece and one more Markham's piece. And we'll feel really confident about the last boss. We may need to start picking up gold. I don't want to have to backtrack for gold. and items can start being like 20k each. We should see a lot of blue items, especially with the vendor's plume. So, no mages, so I think I'm okay doing a little bit of that. There's no corners over here. So go and take these guys mostly out. Alright. Okay. Collect some poison, or some magic rather. It's pretty good for us. Start using the corners. We've almost got our level now. I'm gonna kind of make a safe place for us. So many guys from those spawners. Just want to be able to use these two corners to pull back into if we start getting a bunch of mages. We don't have to pull all the way back into here and killing these enemies every single time. Alright. Alright, there's our level. Alright, lots of mages here. Just be ready to back out a little bit. Maybe safer just to start charging through this, to be honest. Oh, wow. Maybe not. Jeez. I guess they all got synced up. Alright. That was a tough break. But it happens, I guess. Okay. So, I guess let's figure out what we want to attune. Down a little bit. It's a little loud for me. So, that was unfortunate. Those mages were just hurting. So I'm gonna have to figure out a better way to deal with that. Could be I just need to do slower pulls. Let's see what we want to attune now. I think we actually died from physical damage there. Wand of Spell Piercing's a lot of damage. Maybe I should look at doing the stun items. And the disarm. Yeah, I think I like that. So, things we want first. We want more chance of them getting disarmed. More chance of them getting stunned. 36. So we can do 4 green items. Wand of Spell Piercing is probably our biggest DPS upgrade, just because we do so much magic damage. But also, like, Scarebird Protection and the Tower Shield are looking pretty good. So let's get some damage. Never hurts. Can upgrade this, and it basically makes it into a Sword of Kings, which isn't bad at all. And that's flat damage. Get more. 50 health, 60 mana. Yeah, that's a lot. Those 60 health is like 8% health or so. We got 3 more we can do. So let's say Venture's Garb. We're kind of getting to the point where our potions aren't very effective. I didn't really think about that. What are we looking at? We're looking at 200 HP. If we get that, it would be 300. If we upgrade it, it would be 400. It seems pretty good. So I was noticing in Act 3 we weren't getting like much potion effectiveness at all. So let's take that. Seems like a smart thing to do. Maybe just get the Tower Shield and the Scarab of Protection. I don't think we really care about the critting with skills yet. Obviously we just kind of want to stay alive. Let's see what kind of white items we can get. Flat damage, some armor, health. It's not really too much to get. Crit. Flat damage. Alright. So, probably gonna look at the greens. Stinger would still be a good amount of damage. Yeah, let's do Stinger. So it's 40. And one more green item. So 10 attack power and 5 flat fizz. Versus 40 attack power. We want like everything, we just can't get everything. Let's block more physical. I think we died from physical there. Yeah, that's fine. Kind of get to the point where it's, in a way, slim pickings.